All right. Well, I'm here with Devaki Douillard, the executive director of the Mwebaza Foundation. Welcome to the show, Devaki. It's so good to have you.
Thanks so much for having us. Happy to
Yeah.
be here.
I'd really love if you could share just really briefly, what does the Mwebaza Foundation do? What's your mission?
Yeah, absolutely. So the Mwebaza Foundation, we are an educational nonprofit and we facilitate cross-cultural learning opportunities between our partner schools in Colorado and their sister schools in Uganda. So in addition to that, we work together with our Ugandan sister schools to invest in social enterprises that benefit the entire school community and build self-sufficiency. So all of our gift opportunities contribute to the support of that programming.
Yeah, that's really cool. And I'm excited to talk about your gift opportunities because there are kind of, it looked like to me, correct me if I'm wrong, but it looks like there are some opportunities where it's like you are giving a gift to a student and some where it's like you can buy a gift for someone you know and the proceeds go to the students. Is that correct?
We have a bunch of different options on our Square store. Our gift giving opportunities are for people who are in search of a gift for someone who seems to have everything. And so we want to offer an opportunity to give a gift in their honor that supports some of our programming that's happening on the ground in Uganda. So our gift giving options range from purchasing a chicken or a goat or a cow to our livestock programs, or towards a school scholarship or a student uniform to send a child to school.
Yeah, that's very cool. And then, so I saw on some of the items that there are things like jewelry, right? Is that the same thing where you're sending that to a student, or is that like an object that I can purchase and receive that?
Yeah, so that's for you guys. All of our handcrafted jewelry is sourced in East Africa. The recycled beaded paper is a traditional craft from Uganda, and so that's all handmade in the country of Uganda. And then we have some glass beaded options, and that's a common practice among the Maasai tribe of Kenya and Tanzania. And so we carry a bunch of different jewelry that's sourced across the region, and that is things that you would receive to your home, shipped to your home, that you can gift or keep for yourself.
Right, right. Tell me a little bit more about these recycled paper beads because I've seen them, but can you maybe describe them for people who have never seen one of these objects before?
Yeah, absolutely. I have a couple I can hold up, but I'll describe them
Yeah.
while I'm showing them. So this one I'm holding up has three different strands and they're all recycled paper. And so each bead is unique in that its color changes a little bit. They source it from old magazines and newspapers. And then they're able to roll up the magazine strips and shellac them into a really durable bead. And then you can see here they've added some glass gold beads along the strands themselves. And so this one is pretty
Ooh.
typical of, here I can hold it back, of a magazine print, bright colors, orange, and this is a two-stranded paper bead. And then we have this last guy here, which is a little darker in color, but they have all little hand-rolled magazine recycled beads.
I love that.
And paper. So yeah, it's a common craft found in Uganda. It's actually started in the UK, but of course Uganda was colonized by the British, and so it's been a craft that has lasted on the ground in Uganda since.
I love that people who are listening, you can go and purchase some bling if you're looking for some jewelry that you want to give as a gift. But I do want to go back and revisit how we talked about how you have opportunities to give gifts in honor of a loved one too, if you have someone who doesn't really need anything. So I love these, what in the nonprofit space we call these tribute gifts. So you're making a tribute to someone you love. So tell me how that would work. Like if I'm on your website and I want to buy a goat for a family or something, how does that work?
Yeah, absolutely. So we love this idea as well because it supports our work on the ground, and it still enables us, the gift giver, to offer something to honor the person that they're thinking of. And so our tribute gifts can be purchased on our store as if you were purchasing any other item that you would receive in person. We would get a notification of that, and you would receive a gift certificate in an email that you can fill out with the person's name and send to them, that recognizes your contribution towards our program. And so you can gift that to them, and then the funds that we receive would go towards whichever gift you purchased. And so, as I mentioned, on our schools, we manage a bunch of self-sufficiency programs, and your contribution of a goat would go towards our goat rearing program that generates income for one of our schools in a more rural area bordering Lake Victoria. Our chicken program is a program that's been implemented at one of our more urban sister schools, and these egg-laying chickens provide eggs for students during school lunch. And so each of these individual pieces goes to an ongoing successful program at our partner schools in Uganda.
I love that so much. And I know all of my listeners and viewers work at their own nonprofits as well. And I'm wondering, just from the back end, the administrative kind of perspective, how difficult was it for you to set up this tribute gift program? If someone's listening and they're like, oh, I should do that.
Yeah, super easy. I mean, if you're already running some kind of merchandise store, we just took clips of what they would be purchasing and what it would cost to buy on the ground and put it up there. It took us no time at all to make the certificates, and it depends on our distribution of these gifts depends on the phase that the program's in. And so with a goat, it's easy to add another goat into the program. But for a chicken, we will save those funds until we need to, bring new chickens in that are laying eggs. And so the distribution on our side, and for anyone who runs a nonprofit, would be based on however they see fit would be best. So
got it. That is super interesting. And so then one more kind of practical question I have about that is, how do you make sure you're tracking, because those gifts do become restricted funds, right? Like if somebody says that they want to buy, I'm putting that in quotes, buy a chicken for this program, you can't then go use that for something else. So how do you guys keep track of, which tribute gifts are purchased so that you make sure you're using those funds properly?
For us, it's a spreadsheet. It's super simple. We have each gift item marked down, and then we mark whenever we get a gift. And, if we distribute that item, within the next couple of weeks, then that's checked off. But if it becomes something where, for our chickens, they lay for like 7 years or something, and then they need to be, or maybe it's, and then they need to be replaced. And so for our chickens, we have that earmarked in a fund, and when we're ready to renew those, then that would those funds would contribute to that.
Awesome. Oh my gosh, this has just been such a great conversation. I know my listeners and viewers are going to want to check out these items for themselves. So how can they purchase either a tribute gift or these really cool jewelry items that you guys have?
Yeah, thank you so much for this opportunity. So if anyone's interested in checking out what we have, they can go to our website, mwebaza.org. It's MWEBAZA.org. And on the upper right-hand corner, you'll see a little button that says shop, and it'll link you directly to our Square store where you can check out all the items. So yeah.
Very cool. And I'll make sure, as always, guys, this link will be included in the description of this video or in the episode description, wherever you're listening to this podcast right now. You can get all that information. And oh my gosh, Devaki, I just am so glad that you were here today. Thank you so much.
Thank you too. And before we end, one other item. So we have our Square store is divided into 3 sections. We have our gift giving, we have our handcrafted jewelry from Uganda, and then we have some custom merch that we've made on our side here in Colorado. And so we have items like our, Mwebaza beanie, and some different T-shirts and bandanas. And so you can buy our swag on the Square store as well.
Hold on, can you hold up that swag, the shirt? Okay, this is so cute. It's like a rainbow. It says connecting Colorado and Uganda. That is so cute. I love that so much.
Thank
Thank you for
you.
showing that.
Yeah, with our logo on the front. So there's youth
Love
sizes,
that.
there's adult sizes, all different styles. So yeah,
Well, thank you so much. This has been great.
really appreciate your time, Jenny. Thank you.
Yeah.